Wits University's planned start to the 2021 academic year could be disrupted. This after the Student Representative Council has threatened to continue its protest over student debt. It wants the more than 8,000 students with outstanding debts to be allowed to register. Mtila caught up with the university's registrar, Carol Crossley.
The academic year commences at Wits University on Monday with 35,000 students out of 37,000 having been registered. The SRC president disputes these numbers though, saying a lot more are still yet to be registered. Just to get more clarity, I am joined by the Wits registrar, Carol Crossley. Thank you for joining us, Carol. But I want to just iron out the numbers. The president says that it's a lie that 35,000 students have been registered. What are the figures?
So our figures to date, and we have enrollment tracking, which we do on a daily basis. Certainly our numbers are showing us that we have, as of last night, 35,000 students registered across our undergraduate and postgraduate enrollments. We have 5,100 first-time entry new students that have registered already. We have about 11,000 postgraduate students that have registered, and then the rest would be what we call our returning undergraduate students. Bearing in mind, these are our full-time studies figures at this stage. Obviously, we will get an increasing number in the course of the year, students registering for occasional courses or mid-year intake, or our postgraduate that register in April or July or September as well. So indeed, we are sitting on 35,000 students registered.
Now, the academic year commences on Monday, most of it going online lectures. But are you ready? Because we spoke to a lot of first years who say they don't have laptops to access those lectures.
Okay, so the university, in fact, even from 2020, had introduced a program that allowed a loan bank for our laptops, and we were able to secure in a very short space of time 5,000 laptops, where students then requested those laptops and we couriered them through the post office, who assisted us with the couriering of that, and we're continuing that system this year. We had already at the beginning of the year invited students who have been accepted to say to us, please, if you require a laptop, this is the procedure to follow, and we are confident that really the majority of our students are going to make a plan in terms of having a laptop.
A lot of the first years say that they don't have the laptops. We spoke to a number of them ourselves, saying that they're not ready. What happens then if the school commences tomorrow?
Okay, so certainly the students, a lot of our students use their cell phones. Not ideal because that's quite small, but those students who don't have laptops, we've encouraged them, literally, they need to get that as quickly as possible. We are busy sending those laptops out as and when we get those requests. So yes, there are some students who perhaps haven't yet applied for it. There's some students who have applied for it who may not have received it yet. It's very important that we have their proper physical address, because last year that was one of the experiences we had, in that students unfortunately didn't provide us with their correct physical address, and we had challenges delivering it to their home addresses. But certainly we would encourage, we had sent all our registered students an email that they had to open the form, they had to submit that to us, and we are then this week, we are going to ensure that by the end of this week, all our first year students have got that require one. Bearing in mind, we got the matric results on the 24th of February, and in a space of 1 week, we had to make sure that we work through all those applications. We received over 71,000 applications. We've got place for 5,100 students. So we had to work incredibly fast to ensure that we could select the students, that we could make them the offers, that they could get registered, and of course classes begin tomorrow. So it's a very tight schedule that we're working according to, and we certainly anticipate, in the first week, students, regardless of whether they were doing it online or not, even if they were here, regardless of COVID, those first 2 weeks are a huge adjustment for the first-time entering students.
Just lastly, SRC says it'll have a meeting tonight just to iron out a way forward. What would your plea be with the SRC and the students, and just where are the issues now with the SRC and the students?
I think that we have literally for the last 3 or 4 weeks been trying to work with the SRC. We have got a task team that we've set up, working with them. The university has made an enormous amount of concessions in terms of debt and in terms of trying to assist students to register. So the SRC's issue, and I'm sure that you've spoken to Pendulo, our SRC president, it's mostly around historical debt. Unfortunately, the university has to balance ensuring that it has financial viability, and many of our students have got historical debt of extensive amounts. We have tried as best as possible with, in fact, our council made a contribution of 10 million rand toward what we call our hardship fund, where those students who couldn't register, we gave them 50% of the historical debt. They then have to pay the other 50%. So, you know, we really have tried to see where we can assist every student to get themselves registered.
Thank you very much. Carol Crosley is the registrar at Wits University.